Alright, here's the seed drill pulled out of the shed, the Great Plains 606 NT. Part 2 on this guy. I wanted to, like I said, go over this thing in a little more detail, maybe clarify a few more things that some people might have some questions on. But anyway, and well, it is out here in the daylight now, so you can see it a little better. You can see how dirty it is. But anyway, one of the things I didn't point out on this in the last video was this gearbox. I mentioned how many settings it had, and looking over the seed charts and trying to learn, all the different things this seed drill is capable of, all different seeds and whatnot. But there's a 4-speed gearbox here. You can see the numbers. There's a 3 and a 4 and 2, and it's set on 1, and obviously it's controlled by this lever here. But anyway, that coming out of that gearbox obviously comes over here to your drive and runs over there. Well, actually, that drive runs directly to the seed cups shafts, and the other drive here, shaft, you can see runs over the other side, actually runs to the back and runs around to these gears and runs the small seed box and the shaft and the seed cups there. And anyway, some wind coming up here. A little bit better shot of the back of it. As you can see, the packer wheels and the whole assembly there are all staggered a little bit. And just show you the depth setting right here on the back of the openers, how easy it is. I mean, you just pull this up, move it by hand to whatever setting you want. So you can run through and set those really quick. And then here's another shot of the drive. This hub, I was explaining to somebody at work about this hub. It's got engages and disengages here. And the way this thing's wheel driven is there's a chain, you can see it there inside this tube, comes up to here, runs over shaft to that little clutch I talked about that engages and disengages when it's up or down. Runs up to here, is attached to your digital meter. I don't know if I can get it to come on, but it goes on and off on its own once this thing starts turning, and it tells you how many acres you've done. And then runs into that gearbox we talked about. And again, there's the crank that goes on the shaft that you can manually turn by hand. And what you do is you can put seed in just 2 or 3 of these seed cups on this main seed box and on the main and the small, and catch that seed and weigh it and measure it, do the math properly, and you can accurately set, for whatever seed you're doing, the exact pounds per acre that you're looking for. And I've done that a time too. It works well. And if you know the acreage of your field, and you can set that thing just right, go out there and you will run out of seed right on the very end tail of the field if you do it right and do your spacing right and everything. Anyway, one thing I didn't show you last time, if I can get up here, it's kind of hard to do with it up, is inside the seed box. Got this walking platform you can get on. But anyway, here's the main seed box, and there's the gauge there that's on front. It tells you how full you are. That's how that works. Just a piece of foam there on the end. You can see my millet in here. It's spread out pretty evenly. I got a couple of bowls there so I can transfer it around if I need to. On the small seed box, pretty simple. There's Bermuda, whole Bermuda seed, treated in here. Got a little bit of that left. We're actually going to try to go out tonight and empty this thing out. I got a couple acres left and filled up in the woods, so we're going to try to get rid of this seed so I can clean this thing up and oil and grease it, back it in the shed until I need it again in the fall and start putting some fescue and orchard grass and clover out. Anyway, get this shut. It's It's nice, latched, waterproof. You won't get in there. Of course, I keep it in the shed, but you never know. See if I can get back down here. Again, there's your depth control. And I didn't explain that too good the other day. There's a bolt right here that you can loosen. You slide this thing up down the shaft on this hydraulic cylinder. Now, if you look, you know, there's a hydraulic cylinder on each side, and you know, the wheels are not tied together in any way except via those hydraulics. So what they've done, they've got this little module here with a switch, or a little, I guess, valve I should say, in there, and it's tied to both of these cylinders. So when this plate comes up and contacts that valve, it shuts both these cylinders down at the same time, and therefore you get an equal height on each side, because that's how your front coulter depth is determined. Now your opener depth right there again is determined by the Packer wheels and these settings right here. But anyway, there it is again, revisited, a little bit better view in the daylight and whatnot. So I will get this uploaded so you can see it and see what features it has. Between the two videos, I think I covered it fairly well. So anyway, see you.